at a certain point, it felt like I saw white people wearing shirts that said Black Lives Matter, like they were doing me such a favor by having a T-shirt that reminded me that my life mattered, like I didn't already know that. So I thought I'd return the favor and let white people know that, hey, your life matters too. So it's like Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter.
And
it's just simple as that.
Why do you say Black Lives Matter is a scam?
Well, because it's proven. They have people who end up taking money from it. I mean, this documentation is out there. And just as black people, we're going to need more than just a T-shirt and a $6 million home. We need what was promised to us. Much like how we never received our 40 acres and a mule, and that puts us in a position where we feel we have to abort our children to the point where there are more black babies aborted in New York City than born at this point. It was similar to at the Gap, they promised stores. At Adidas, they promised stores, and they didn't do what they promised. They felt like they could disregard what was promised.
All right, guys. So in the aftermath of Kanye West and Candace Owens breaking the internet by wearing White Lives Matter shirts to a Paris fashion show, Kanye is doing an interview with Tucker Carlson. And during his interview with Tucker Carlson, he told a very compelling story about how Hollywood treated him when he decided to come out in support of Trump and to infamously wear the Make America Great Again hat. And I want to go ahead and play this clip as I think it highlights a common experience that black people have who support Trump or are conservative Republicans. Take a look.
When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I liked Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then. You know, God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, you know, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, you know, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, he thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
Yeah, so that was beautifully spoken by Kanye. I mean, I feel like every time I actually hear him like speak, give an actual real interview, have a real conversation, I'm always pretty impressed by the things he had to say, right? Like, for example, when he went on Joe Rogan, right? He was talking about Black History Month, how he doesn't think there should be a Black History Month. I was like, wow, this guy really is a three-dimensional thinker, okay? He is thinking on a different level than normal people, okay? And Tucker Carlson, shout out to him for getting Kanye in this interview, right? It seems like Kanye is kind of going on an interview tour after his whole, you know, White Lives Matter thing, which again is just marketed, to be quite honest with you. I mean, that's what it's a part of. But at the same time, I don't think that it makes the statement that he's trying to make, the message that he's trying to put out there, any less powerful or impactful, okay? Because essentially what Kanye highlighted there with his story is an experience that a lot of black conservatives, black Republicans, black Trump supporters experience. In the sense that you're told that you're not supposed to support Trump, right? And if they see you openly supporting Trump, there's hate, anger, and vitriol, right? Hate, anger, and vitriol. Simply because you're black and you're doing something, or you have political opinions that the Democrats don't like, right? And what's hilarious about that to me is that these people are the ones that are actually brainwashed, because they've been brainwashed to react that way, to get angry anytime a black person doesn't have opinions of the Democrat Party, right? It's actually really amazing how that works, right? It's amazing how that works. So with that being said, Kanye here, his story about Hollywood threatening him for wearing a Trump hat is not surprising at all, right? This is the so-called tolerant left. These are the people that claim that they are against political violence, when no, they actually are totally for political violence against people that they don't like, people that they deem to be the bad guy, right? People that they think are on the wrong side of history, aka that disagree with them and their politics. They're totally fine with political violence being used against that individual. Okay, we've seen it time and time and time again. Kanye's personal story, Black Lives Matter, the riots, the Roe v. Wade riots, Antifa. We see it time and time again. Anytime Democrats don't get their way, they resort to violence. Okay, again, including threatening individuals who happen to be so-called people of color, right? The same people that they claim they care about so much, right? They will threaten them, right? If they don't support Democrats. Again, nobody gets angrier when black people don't support them than Democrats, right? It's absolutely amazing stuff. They claim that they're not the same party that got so upset when the Republicans wanted to take away their slaves. However, again, they get upset when any black person decides not to, be a part of the Democrat Party. You see this exact same phenomenon when it comes to promoting and elevating so-called black voices, right? The Democrats are, we need more black voices, right? Black voices, okay? Black people need to be heard. But when black conservatives or black Trump supporters, speak like Kanye, and they get it, no, not those black voices, right? Those black voices have the wrong opinion. We don't want those black voices to be elevated. We don't want people to hear what they have to say, because it goes against the Democrat agenda. Again, it's absolutely amazing how this stuff works, okay? And I really appreciate Kanye for taking this opportunity when he has a spotlight to expose Hollywood and how intolerant the left actually is, okay? Because a lot of people are going to watch this interview that normally wouldn't watch Tucker Carlson just because he's doing an interview with Kanye. But what I think is fascinating about Kanye is that his success continues to grow despite not necessarily being in the good graces of the liberal elite. I think it's actually fascinating how he succeeds despite all that, okay? Which again, I think really is a testament to his ability to market himself in his brand. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.